VooTubers, here, did you see the 589th premiere of your Wedge Monster last night? Yeah, he's back. Yes, he's back from whatever little blimmin' stone he's been hiding under, isn't he? The Wedgemeister. He's back, yes. Oh, I tell you what, he was off the bloody scale, he was, VooTubers. Honestly, my sides, I was howling so much. Well, it's kind of like howling and then sort of cringing, really, wasn't it, with the old Wedgemeister? Here. He was with old Baldylocks, wasn't he? Yes, he was. He's got himself up with old Baldylocks. Yeah, and another thing as well. Well, nobody told me. Old Baldylocks, he's only given old Diamond Sal a bit of a going over, hasn't he? He's spruced her up a bit. Yes, he has. He's spruced old Diamond Sal up, he has. Yeah, she was sat there next to Baldylocks, she was, yes. I don't know whether she's got something wrong with her neurological or something in her neck, because she just did that for 2 hours. Yeah, she reminded me of them dogs. Do you remember them little dogs that used to sit in the back of the car when you were a kid and they used to just sit and... Well, that's old Diamond Sal now. Yes, I think they should keep away from old Baldylocks, you know. Yes, I do, because I think where he does all that with that flour, I mean, it's not like patty cakes, is it? Say no more. Anyway, yes, so anyway, Wedgemeister's back, and yeah, we're not allowed to say anything about Baldylocks, and we're also not allowed to say anything about your Wedgemeister, because if we do, then they're just going to roast us, and they're going to just sit there and spend at least 1 hour of the 2-hour premiere, well, just slagging people off that have a differing opinion or ask any questions. Yes, apparently we all live in our mum's basements. Yes, we do. If we've got a brain and we don't like grown-ass, well, rather odd-looking old men, really, isn't he? Old Wedgemeister, yes. He's a very strange-looking old man, isn't he? Yes, and if we disagree with him calling children the P word, you know the P word, P, but sort of rhymes with institution. Yeah, that word. He calls children that word, he does. Yes, he does. He calls them the P word. And then he sits there for 2 hours. He had another lad with him, didn't he? He had that poor Darren bloke. Oh, bless him. He's so poorly. Trust that bloody Wedge monster to hide behind a critically ill man. It's the same old story, just regurgitated up for another year with him, isn't it? Yes, that Wedge monster. He's found himself a bike in the canal again. But, I mean, because what it is, he thinks that people, well, he thinks we got the attention spans of, well, him really, doesn't he? Yes, he doesn't realise that most of us can remember the last time when he found a bike in the blimmin' thing with old, what was his name, that Bill Baloney bloke. Yes, old full of baloney, him. Yeah, and they found this blimmin' bike, didn't they? Cretins, I mean, you've never seen anything more ridiculous in your life. And then he said he was doing one thing and another. He was off, he was having a holiday with his bit of floozy, that Anna Sleaze or whatever her name. Do you remember that BBC journalist he was, you know, hanging around with? Let's just put it that way, VooTubers, say no more. Yes, anyway, they went over to the Stupid Islands, they did. Yes, well, he would, wouldn't he? Yes, he got himself over to the Stupid Islands, which is just off the coast of Cornwall or somewhere, I don't know where it bloody well is. Anyway, he come back looking like he'd been, well, he looked like he'd been to South Africa or Australia or somewhere when he come back. Yeah, he was as brown as a bleeding walnut, he was. It's really odd because, I mean, that year was a really shit summer, so, well, maybe they just have better weather on the Stupid Islands. So anyway, yeah, so what he did, he was raising money for something or other. I think I've been here before with that. Wasn't those old Mickey Mouse, old load of old tosh that he comes out with. And he's got that poor bloke, Darren, yeah. So anyway, yeah, he's raising money. Obviously, not for him, it's for Darren. But obviously, you've got to pay it into his foundation. And he assures everybody that he will, pending taking out, obviously, expenses which he may incur, which may or may not include Starbucks, McDonald's, petrol, booze, probably some of the old, you know, no, he don't do that, does he? That's Baldylocks with the flour in it. No, he likes the older, well, let's just say if he was in Jamaica, he'd be at home. Let's just put it that way, VooTubers. Yes! I've seen him on there, all the smoke's all black. Yeah, he thinks we're blimmin' daft, doesn't he, old wedge monster? So anyway, his funds must be a bit low, so he wants us all, to get our wallets out, because he's got his till open, hasn't he? Yes, and they made that poor lad, that Darren, you could see he was in bloody agony. 2 hours, I mean, about a couple of seconds into it, you could see poor old Darren was in agony, and you got old Baldy Locks and old Diamond Sal sat there together, all spread out on a lovely, comfortable sofa they were, and there's poor old Darren sat there holding his side, he's got a leaking heart valve, and one thing and another, poor little lad he is, bless his little heart. And there he is, old Wedger. Oh, yes, yes. He's holding him up like a bloody human shield, isn't he, old Wedger? Yes, yes. And I counted the exact time he was allowed to speak, and I do believe it was exactly 12 minutes across the whole 2 hours, because he got a couple of words in here and a couple of words in there, and then, oh, well, John Wedger let him have a little chat at the end, but that was basically so that he could expand on all his medical conditions so that we could, pay more money into the Wedger Foundation, really, VooTubers. That's what his bloody game is, isn't it? Yes! Oh, his narcissism was off the scale. He must be having blimmin', perhaps he's having withdrawals, and now he was back with a blimmin' camera right in front of him, like he does. Switch a camera on, he's off, isn't he, old Wedger? Yes! Anyway, he was telling us how, for the 999th thousandth time, that same tired old story, that old Baldy Locks, you know what he did with the last 2 hours, what he did of the old Wedge Monster interview, he only hacked it onto all the other interviews, so it's like you could play them on repeat, and he says the same stuff, but just in a different way. For 11 bloody hours he does VooTubers. Can you imagine having 11 hours of that going on in your bleeding ear hole? Narcissistic palooza. Oh, Wedge Monster. Yes, I said to Jesus, this is what he was like. I said to Jesus, I'm not going to go out there and save no more people. No, I am not. If you're going to forsake me now when I need you, then that's me and you over. We ain't going to, that's me and you. I'm not going to believe in you no more, and I ain't going about the place saving no more souls. No, I'm out of it. Yes, he was telling us all this same old shit, really. Yeah, and the next thing, because, Wedger is probably, I don't know, well, I think he might be the second coming of the Lord, and nobody knows about it. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what we've all got wrong. Yeah, I think he might actually be the second coming of the Lord. Well, he's the coming of something, isn't he? Eh? Maybe Marshall Applewhite. Yeah. I think he might have been his son or something, or maybe his brother. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, Jesus gave him what he wanted, so he's back on board with God now. Yeah, he's out saving souls. Obviously, he's going to need some funds, because, Jesus didn't go about the place, did he, without funds? He needs a car. He's got to have his beer bill, hasn't he? Yes, he has got to have his Starbucks and McDonald's and one thing and another, new clothes and probably, a couple of holidays. And yeah, if he's got a bit of change, and he put it towards Darren's heart valve. And I'm not even being funny, VooTubers. I'd be quite happy, or more than happy, to put some money in for Darren. It's just that I'm not going to put it in for Darren via the Wedger Foundation. It's worth thinking about, VooTubers, isn't it? Yes, it is, yes.